25 years ago, Samuel Engineering Incorporated was established by Claudia and Everett Samuel, CEO and President, respectively. They are both GBSS alumni. In present day, Samuel Engineering is a leader in engineering, procurement, and construction management of heavy industrial plants around the globe. Samuel Engineering has over 220 employees. This includes electrical engineers, mechanical, civil, metallurgical, process, automation engineers, architects, designers, plus project managers, schedulers, estimators, and construction managers. SE's offices are located in Colorado, Wyoming, and Texas in the United States. Samuel Engineering executes projects worldwide. In addition to the mainland United States, Samuel Engineering does project areas such as Alaska, Hawaii, Canada, 9 Central and South American countries, Europe, Australia, Africa, and the former Soviet Union. The industry Samuel Engineering does work in includes the following: renewable energy, oil and gas, power generation, mining and metals, chemical and petrochemicals. Samuel Engineering went on to win Engineering Company of the Year in 4 of the last 5 years, a true leader in the heavy industrial engineering field.
Hello, GBSS. My name is Everett Samuel. Yes, and I do ride that bicycle. It's a 1880s penny farthing, up to 100 miles per day. Claudia and I, along with the GBSS International Alumni Foundation, send enthusiastic greetings to the boys and the faculty of GBSS. And we trust that all who participated in the essay competition on leadership found the process to be a very enlightening one. So, Claudia and I really don't like talking about ourselves unless it benefits others. So we hope this benefits you. So here we go. We're going to tell you some things about Claudia and myself. So Claudia was, she's from St. Paul's and I'm from Tempe. Claudia was always a very diligent student. She went to the Anglican High School and later to GBSS 6th Form to do GCE A-levels. Now, unlike Claudia, in primary school, I was a subpar student. As a matter of fact, in the Heinze School, I did not even get a scholarship to get to GBSS. I got what was called back then an entrance. I could not understand why my parents, teachers, and others kept telling me that I needed to apply myself. And guess what? The more they pushed me, is the more I resisted. The fact is, I had very little interest in anything to do with school. Sad to say, I really did homework and even came close to the bottom of the class on one occasion in Heinze School. You see, I was mainly interested in having fun, pitching marbles, making and flying kites, and doing cricket, football, and other things. Anything but school. So on entering GBSS, I knew I had to step up my game a bit. So I made a very small improvement. And that's after figuring out that if I cram just before the test, I can consistently come in the top 20% of the class. Now, listen to me. In hindsight, that's a bad idea because when you cram, no deep and lasting learning takes place. So, this pattern continued until the last term of Form 3, when I surrendered my ways to the God of the universe and I started reading the Bible. It was as if wisdom started bubbling up in me and everything seemed like it started to click. You know our school motto? No reward without labor. That came alive for me. I started paying attention in class, doing homework, studying, I developed the habit of even reading the textbook or the section of the textbook before the topic was covered or presented in the class. You see, I shifted to focusing on mastery of the material, not just on the test results. So, and that behavior marked the beginning of a surprising trend for me that was very successful up until today. You see, I was surprised and realized that the more I studied, the more I started enjoying studying. The more I studied is the more I started discovering talents and strengths I didn't even know I had. I realized that excellence was a choice. So let's fast forward and see what happened after that. So in Form 4, I came first in class. I went on to secure the most GCO level passes in Form 5 that year and became the head prefect in Form 6. So you might say, well, okay, he became a geek, right? Well, not actually. I continued doing sports and things that I loved. On the sports side, I represented Grenada in cycling and swimming starting in Form 4 and earned the title of Cyclist of the Year from 1976 to 1981. After Form 6, I then taught at Anglican High School. Then in 1981, I went to Howard University in Washington, D.C. and earned a bachelor's degree with honors in electrical engineering. I then went on to Colorado and did a master's degree in electrical engineering and then an executive MBA later on from the University of Colorado. At the same time, Claudia also earned her bachelor's with honors and a master's degree in electrical engineering. Now, prior to joining Samuel Engineering, I held very key roles in a number of major US and international corporations. The last one before joining Samuel Engineering was Vice President of Engineering and Projects for the entire US operations of one of the top 4 engineering companies in the world. So, why am I telling you all this? I tell you these things not to impress you, but to inspire you. You see, the bottom line, boys, is every one of you watching this video can do greater things than I have. I was just an average GBSS boy who one day realized that my efforts determine my success much, much more than my abilities. Even if you were the last boy to qualify to barely get into GBSS, you already have what it takes. Your past does not have to define your future, you see. Your determination does. Now trust me, if someone like me could become a leader around the world of men of all races, background, countries, and ages, and ethnicity, you can do it too. So I would encourage you to start betting on yourself. I guarantee you that the results will surprise you. So let me conclude by saying this. Simply put, a leader is someone who others follow, a person of influence. However, the influence of a leader could be good or it could be bad. Now, when I was in Form 5 in 1978, the staff voted to create a highly unusual award for me. And I'm not sure if they do that today. It's called Good Influence. I challenge you to embrace the principle that success comes from a spoonful of ability and a bucketful of dedication. To each of you, I say, go and become a good influence. Grenada and the world needs it. Thank you.